Welcome to Room 122. In today's episode, we're diving into the interesting world of social media influencers. We're going to be talking about the glamour and the gamble of being an influencer. So we're starting with the gamble.
So we're going to be talking about the disadvantages. So an obvious one that most people talk about, or why they say they don't want to be, is obviously that your entire life is online and you have no privacy, which is honestly a pretty big con. And also the cyberbullying. I mean, it gets to a lot more influencers than most people know. But, obviously you can't really advertise that either because, a part of being an influencer is also faking an image of yourself for your viewers.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
If you're fake.
What? And then also the struggles of being obviously canceled.
So many people are canceled, but okay, we're going to talk about it more later. But people are canceled and they don't really care anymore. They just continue on.
They just keep living life and then whatever.
We're going to give more examples on that
later. Our examples of being canceled, we have a lot. But we're going to start with mostly, I guess, your privacy being invaded. So I have an example, and it's from NBC News. And it's been pretty popular now because it just happened a few weeks ago, with the Ace family basically breaking up because now the couple has decided to divorce. So in NBC News, it gives our post examples of both of them. So it says, right here, Catherine writes, it says, "As heartbreaking as it is, I feel liberated. I have spent the last few years prioritizing my children and honoring my commitment to my family, all while I seem to be losing myself in my personal happiness." So the entire main thing of this is that the YouTube channel is just them posting their entire lives, doing weird things, for content. But in reality, I mean, you spend your time with your family and everything with online. So I guess she didn't have time for herself, and this will help her get offline a little bit.
Some people even have shown proof of how unhappy she was in the videos. In the background, okay, so one girl mentioned, I don't really have the actual quote or anything, but this girl mentioned in her own podcast that she thought, what was her name? Christina?
Yeah.
She thought Christina was just Catherine. She thought Catherine was just a really personal person, not one of those people that shows their emotions and stuff, but you see her now after the divorce, she's super happy. And it's just in the video she was unhappy.
And then
he's going through it.
Oh yeah, no, he is posting everything like crazy.
That's another thing that people are showing their lives on social media. He's basically showing his downward spiral into craziness.
Well, he's in denial.
Yes, he's in denial.
Everyone just sees it.
He's just going crazy right now, posting his whole life. Right now, he's going to UCLA, which is a college in California.
He's going back to college.
Yes, he's going back to college, and people are saying, I guess that YouTube money is running out. He needs to go back to college.
I actually didn't hear about the UCLA thing. But, no, both of them agreed, though, that getting offline for a little bit after they announce their divorce would actually be a little better for them, even though
he's not doing it.
Literally is posting everything online.
Might be better for them.
It's better for Catherine and the kids. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Because then the kids don't have to deal with actually having a pressure. Kanye's kid, she's already dealing with how many cameras in her face because of Kim.
Honestly, all their kids.
Yeah.
You know about that? What's it called? Saint West. He flips off the camera and everything. He hates the paparazzi, which is really sad.
She has 4, right? 4 kids.
She has 4 kids. Yeah, she has North.
People think just the other 2. I don't know. Oh, Chicago. People think Chicago's gonna be the next big model or whatever.
Got that though. But that was our example with Ace. We also have James Charles is another big one.
Yeah, he got canceled majorly. Even though he can also be used as an example of someone who got canceled and just didn't care and still comes back to the internet.
It's been both though.
He's done it many times.
And then
he's done it many times. It's not that he ignores it. It's more he goes on a break for 2 weeks, 2 months, and just comes back if nothing ever happened. So he got
got lucky.
He got called out for being a pedophile or whatever, talking to teenage boys and forcing boys to date him or whatever.
But there's another. Shane Dawson also got called out for doing
Pedophilia too.
pedophilia, kind of.
Kind of similar to James
Kind
Charles.
of, not really. Like the same thing in the way of like James Charles, because
Texting minors, that's what it is.
texting minors, yeah.
He texts minors. He makes
It was, like,
jokes.
harassing.
He makes jokes about being a pedophile.
And then, but one main thing he was canceled for was blackface, which was interesting.
Yeah, and he even confessed to doing it.
And he said that
often.
his first apology was fake, and that he didn't where is it? Right here. So it says in again NBC News. So he could quote, "Blackface was something I did a lot. Like I did it a lot in my channel, and there's no excuse for it. There's literally no excuse. I made a video 6 years ago talking about it, and I gave excuses, and I knew I was wrong. I never wanted to do it again, but I didn't do the work. I didn't actually look into the history of why I was so wrong and why people were so upset." So, yeah, now, and then he took a huge break. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't think he's posting it anymore.
I don't think so anymore. But it's not like he's still hated.
He's interlinked with Jeffree Star too, which is another makeup influencer.
Who was also canceled.
He was canceled almost for a similar reason with Shane Dawson. Also, they were like best friends, so they were together very often.
But the difference with Jeffree Star is that he really didn't care.
Yeah, no, he
He
continued
didn't care at all.
posting. It wasn't enough to like really mess him up. Also, with James Charles, he lost. Okay, I have a quote right here. After losing the most subscribers in YouTube history in May 2019, Charles regained the 1.7 million subscribers that he lost in 7 months. So that shows that even when you're canceled.
It was also over quarantine that he got, in 2020, he got a bunch of his followers.
But this is the first time. I'm talking about the first time he was canceled.
Yeah.
And he comes back, and he still came back and did the same thing over again. And people still followed him and liked his stuff, bought his makeup and stuff. So it shows that like influencers aren't really being punished for whatever they do. But I don't know if sometimes people are being canceled for no reason. It's being made a bigger deal than it actually is. Which is not what happened to David Dobrik. David Dobrik was kind of canceled for a good reason.
For multiple reasons. One of them being he made two people kiss themselves without their consent.
Yeah, he's been talked about for being what's it called? Sexual predator or whatever. Sexual assault.
And then he has cases like the lawsuit case where he made the guy break his face.
What was his name? Jeff Wittick. So he basically sues him for 10 million for a fatal stunt. So it was basically on a crane.
Over in the ocean.
Yeah, he's in the ocean. It's for a video. It's for a video. And all David Dobrik said was, "That day was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I would effing do anything to take that day back." I don't know if he paid the money or what, but yeah, he basically got into a lawsuit.
And the guy, he's still facing the effects.
Yeah, he says that he'll probably have lifelong brain injuries.
For a video.
For a video. So basically what happened, we didn't really explain what happened. There was a crane in the ocean. This is all basically for a video. They're swinging a person around on a crane. And David Dobrik allegedly swings it faster for Jeff. And Jeff slams into the side of the crane and he basically breaks his face.
It's still a video, actually.
Yeah, the videos are up. It's kind of scary.
It's pretty messed
But
up.
anything for content, right? That's just like how influencers will change your lives for the internet, whether intentionally or accidentally. And it's like this one thing from the article that I wrote. It was from The Guardian. And it said, "Then my home was dissected. My dinner plates were all shiny. They should be matte. My tabletops were shiny too. I would need to get special photo shoot backgrounds that look like fancy marble counters on which to pose my food. Now, I constantly notice how shiny everything is. My cutlery, my picture frames, and my forehead. It's all very not Instagrammable."
Okay, yeah, so that's why when deciding whether to be an influencer or not, people should be more careful, especially now that we have these examples of other people. And but there's still good parts of being an influencer, like some good benefits.
Yeah, I have basically what my annotated bibliography was on, the quote that I quoted was from superprof.com. So basically they have a list of the pros and cons of being an influencer. I'll just talk about the pros. So they say that they make good money, they can work independently, they have more freedom, they can work at home or any other indoor setting, they have a good work to life balance, they can express their own creativity and opinions, and they can collaborate with other brands.
Another benefit would be that influencers can use their platform to raise awareness about important issues. Like Emma Chamberlain, she has her own coffee brand, and she uses her podcast to talk about mental health and awareness of addiction.
Yeah.
Addiction? Yeah.
I mean, put more awareness to it. And then that was from the LinkedIn. That was from LinkedIn. But not only Emma Chamberlain, but also Mr. Beast. He came by from he wasn't always rich, and through this platform of suddenly becoming famous, it didn't end bad for him, and now he's rich,
like
a
millionaire.
That's because he did like one good thing, and then because of that, people like it.
He blew up.
And then he just continues going from there.
And
He's
now he
super
builds
rich.
wells in Africa.
Yeah, he's like building houses and stuff.
All that stuff.
His videos are like super entertaining, so no
And
wonder
it's
he
not,
makes so much money.
It's not like he's like dying down either. He just, But not only him, but also what's his name, Cobby Lane.
Oh, but that guy, he got famous just for making like he
he
on
did
TikTok.
an expression.
He's literally shrugging.
He's not talking, so it's so like universal for everybody to see.
But yeah,
He's a model now because of
and
TikTok.
he's in video games, like he's in Fortnite and stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't talk. He doesn't talk or do anything, and that's
he meets a
got
bunch
viral.
of like famous celebrities,
Yeah.
and they do it with him.
Now he has connections and everywhere.
He's probably making some good money now too. But like Sarah was saying, like this is also an important thing that you should remember if you ever do want to become a influencer, which is obviously, I mean, you have money, fame, you can get brand deals.
It's also very mentally challenging.
Oh, like Bretman Rock, he has what's it called? He has his own makeup brand.
Yeah, because
What was it? Wet and Wild?
It's Wet and Wild it's a collab with Morphe, and now he is living his life in Hawaii.
Yeah, with
Like-
his like 48 chickens.
And he works out and he's just chilling. He
Yeah.
lives a good life. He's just happy with life.
He's very like personal too. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't
He
put his
doesn't
whole
post
life on
anything,
social media.
and-
chill influencer.
And it's not like anyone like investigates him either.
Yeah,
So there's two sides of being an influencer, and you have to be mindful of everything you say or do. That's kind of why they're living a quiet life right now.
yeah, and he got famous from Vine.
Yeah,
Which was
that's
a
an older
long time
platform
ago,
too.
yeah.
That's probably what jump started because of TikTok and everything. But yeah, no. When people decide whether the glamour is in it, they should take into account these things. But like we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast, the people in the middle. So what we mean by this is normal influencers basically, and they get canceled, but they don't care.
They don't. They still continue posting. They still get views. Like I guess, like people online just literally forget that it happened because
they ignore it so much.
Because it
Yeah.
dies
Oh,
down.
forgive them.
Forgive and forget.
It dies down. It's like a little trend. Not
Yeah.
really, but it
You
is.
forget. Like Trisha Paytas, she has so many reasons to be canceled. Like she's faked being transgender. She's faked having a bunch of million mental issues or whatever. She has done blackface.
Which is
Oh, she's
literally
still
the
relevant.
two sides. Oh, she's faked being like a bunch of like races in general.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
not even
She's
just like
always-
blackface.
I'm
just
pretty sure she
anything.
has a video that literally says, "I think I'm black." I'm pretty sure that's the title.
No, but that's an actual
Yeah.
thing.
Her
People are
video.
like saying like, "Oh, I want to convert to another race." A lot of people don't like.
But the thing is, some people not make fun of it, but they kind of.
They
make fun of
definitely
it. Like
make
she
fun
says
They
some
definitely make fun
some
of it.
things that are like wow.
It's very laughable.
She said, but okay, she has her own podcast, and I've seen before that she says she acts dumb on purpose because
Okay.
that's what gets her views. Like I don't have it quoted, obviously, but
But
she has said it before. Like she acts like the stupid blonde. Like that's her thing.
That's her.
That's
okay.
a trope.
That's what makes her money, though.
Yeah, exactly. You learn what gets you views.
But that's
and
true
money.
though, because now she says these like random things that any other person could say and get canceled for, and people just make fun of her.
Yeah, like she's known for avoiding the hate. Like she gets hate, she doesn't care. Nobody else, like her viewers, her fans don't care.
They laugh. That's what
they
like
adore
about
her. Yeah, that's her thing. Being canceled and not caring.
Yeah.
It's similar to Logan Paul and Jake Paul.
Except he got canceled. Logan actually did get canceled though, and then he like took a step back, and then he came back and reemerged. Like
And
Yeah,
now
but
he's
he's
in
doing-
WWE.
yeah,
he's doing
doing
so
something
many like
completely
endorsement things on like Prime
it's like,
and like.
people forgot.
Grandiose.
Yeah.
Bro just forgot, and he has Prime. He's Prime with KSI.
Oh, yeah,
He has
yeah.
his own brand now, and
And he
like his-
filmed a dead body, which is like
That's what he
That's
got
what he
canceled
got
for.
canceled
That's
for.
crazy.
He filmed someone getting hanged in
in
like
2017.
yeah.
But it was in Tokyo, and he filmed it like, yeah, guys. And then they started laughing right after.
Yeah, and
But
honestly, when I watched that video when I was younger,
I did not care.
I was probably like
I was like,
12, I don't know. I
was in
didn't
middle
care.
school.
Yeah, I did not care. Like I was like, oh, cool video. Like
Sounds interesting.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
it
I was
was
like,
cool.
whoa, what that body?
it was called like the Suicide Forest or something.
But they
like
blurred it and everything, I think.
that. Yeah,
And so that's why I didn't really care. But looking back, I mean, yeah, it's pretty
It's
bad.
kinda messed up.
But
Yeah.
as a viewer, that was for his target audience. Which
yeah.
was
A lot of people
12-year-olds.
still supported him, but
I honestly,
he's-
yeah, I wanted him to come back. He took a month break and. He's
yeah,
like,
I
"Hey,
missed
guys,
his
I'm
videos.
sorry."
After that, I don't think I watched YouTube that much.
Yeah.
Like I think that was the
It was
end.
because him and his brother Jake were like the kings of YouTube at that time with vlogging. Jake got canceled a bunch too. Like he had this content creator house, which is Team 10, and he got canceled when it was breaking up because of what he would do. Like people would start leaving because
He didn't pay them.
he was
enough.
super rude to everyone. Yeah, he didn't pay them. Like he treat them all like
They were basically
crap.
paid to be in the vlogs, in his vlogs. And then, like, both of them together, the brothers, more recently, they were both canceled because they were, like, not respecting, I think, Spain beaches. They were riding their, like, motorbikes and stuff over, like, turtle eggs and stuff on beaches. And they got, like, fined and everything, and they just left Spain. Like, that's it. They were literally there for
They
maybe a
didn't
couple
care.
weeks. Like, a couple weeks. And I'm pretty sure they vlogged the whole thing, too.
Yeah, but
They're both fighters now, though.
they're both one's UFC and the other one's WWE.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like people don't really talk about that. Like I didn't even know about the egg thing until after we did research. I mean, I just know him as a guy who has Prime. And
Yeah.
so a last question I want to ask everyone here is like, do you think like for example, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, do you think that they should still be in this spotlight or they should have just stayed canceled?
I mean, knowing the benefits of being online, I know why they would come back for the money and everything. Who wants to get a real job?
That's true.
Who would want to get a
they
real
literally
job?
got paid for like doing all these dumb like.
Yeah,
fun
who would want
things,
to
bro.
go back to actual work when you can do dumb stuff on the internet and get millions of dollars? So I get why they come back. Like, I don't hate them for it. It's just...
Plus, they're funny.
They are pretty
I
funny.
watch their videos, but so that's why when it comes to the argument down, I would say I would take the risk and become
Yeah.
an
Me
influencer.
too.
I mean, if you do everything right, you're chilling. You're making like Bretman Rock. I actually think he's kind of like the lifestyle I kind of wanted. He just made videos, and he lives in Hawaii with his chickens and
Yeah, he's like
works
chilling,
out.
like-
He does whatever. I don't even think
You
he
just
posts-
gotta be
he literally
respectful
posts his
online.
life now.
Yeah, you just have to learn how to be respectful online. And I guess, yeah, if you do something bad, you could come back anyways, but just learn how to be a good person.
And you're fine. And
Yeah, I think it is worth the risk to be an influencer.
I mean, I don't think you lose anything unless you do anything like horrible that can get you like jail time.
All you do is start back from the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
that's
then you just start all over
You
again.
can
Like I
start
said,
another channel and another thing. It's the exact same thing.
new content, new face, whatever. Like, you could always find a way to go back.
So yeah, Sarah, would you be?
I'd take the risk.
You would take the
Yeah.
risk? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we all agree.
We all agree.
The
And
end.
That's the end of our podcast. And I would see why other people wouldn't take the risk. I mean, living now as you are now is
There's a
chill.
lot of hate.
And
so I
you know,
don't
there's a
blame
lot of mental like mental health stuff that
Yeah.
that's a pretty big downside. Like a bunch of people are affected by that.
A lot of people leave social media not even just for being canceled, like just
It's because of their
just
mental
for the mental health.
Like,
Yeah.
that cyberbullying thing, we didn't emphasize on it a lot, but
It's a big part.
it's a really big part. That's why Emma Chamberlain has a whole little podcast about mental health, because it can really affect you like that. But yeah, that's the end of our podcast.
Glamour or gamble.
We've decided that we enjoy the glamour and we would take the risk.
We take the gamble.